Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Amber Living Vlog. This is the Beyond Film School, and I am Amber, and today we're going to be talking about success, what it means to be successful in the film industry. So if we're going to be talking about success, success pertaining to the film industry and your career in the film industry, I feel like you have to talk about the definition of success. Now, success on your own terms versus societal terms are going to be very, very different. Society is going to tell you that your level of success is measured with what kind of car you drive, what kind of house you own, because renting is for chumps apparently, and how much money you make. And I feel like that is very, very far from the truth. You gave your life to filmmaking and to be a filmmaker and to work in the film industry. You gave the amount of hours that the film industry wants from a person. You're not going to have time to drive that nice car except for to and from set, and you're not going to have time to spend in that house besides sleeping, and you're really not going to have a life because you're going to be doing nothing but film. I know that in a lot of my videos I talk about the balance, or what else could you be doing in film, outside of film, and what else could you be doing with your life outside of being on set. And I really, really think it's important to have that balance of work and then your life. In terms of your career in film, what is success? How do you define success? Because that's really the answer. I think that there's no way to define success except, are you happy in where you are right now? There are certain levels, and there are certain tick marks of how I know I'm doing, or there are certain goals I'm going to set for myself, and whether or not I make them and I can just check them off. And I look at my situation and I tell myself, am I happy in this situation? And I will go from one job to the next, or one gig to the next. A perfect example is when I used to work at a TV station, and I've mentioned this in other videos. I worked at a small local TV station in New Jersey, and I was like, yeah, I'm working at a TV station, oh my god. And then you get to the reality of working at that place, and you're like, oh my god, this is really kind of lame. But when you tell people you work at a TV station, it's like, oh my god, you work at a TV station, oh man. It's so sad, that portrayal, or how it's perceived to have that job. Like in my last video, I mentioned how my husband works at NBC, and how everyone's like, oh, he works at NBC, but it's not. I feel like any type of media job, entertainment job, is just not going to be as glamorous as everyone thinks it's going to be. And I remember being at the TV station, I was like, oh, I gotta get out of this job. I was getting $12 an hour, I was getting paid like crap. And I really was like, I'm not really in the film industry, I'm in TV, it's not really what I want to do. And I was a mess control operator, which seems pretty cool, and I got to solve problems, and I learned how to troubleshoot a lot of things, so I have an added skill set. But then I was like, I'm not really doing what I want to do. So then I got a job in film distribution for an independent film company, and I was like, oh my god, I finally, I thought that I had made it, and I was like, oh wow, this is really what I want to do. The cool thing about my job was that I got to watch new movies before they even got to the film festival circuit. So, and even if they were at the film festival circuit, I got to watch these cool movies because they wanted to be acquired by us, the company I was working for. So that was really cool. I got to watch movies on a daily basis, if I had the time. Otherwise, it got passed on to my interns, and they did most of the filtering, and then it got passed to me to say oh, this is a really, really good movie. You should watch it. If you like it, pass it on to your boss. Some of it was really cool, but being in an office and learning how a lot of people work in the film industry, and especially in the independent film industry, if they're trying to build a studio, it's you have this independent factor where the culture is a little bit different, a little bit more laid back, but then you have it they're trying to get to that big corporate studio world, and it was kind of weird. Ethically, I was not happy. There were a lot of things that I got to do. I got to cut trailers, I got to work with marketing, I got to work with a lot of PR folks, which I don't really care to work with PR people. I just don't really care for it. And there were some things I liked, some things that I didn't like, but in the end, I'm gonna tell you guys a little secret. I was fired. I have 100 and some videos on this channel, and I have no idea if I talked about when I was fired from this company. And there are a lot of people who I'm friends with now, and they said that I went out like a champ. I went out like a baller. Like I was an intern supervisor as well, and I found out that they were taking advantage of one of my interns because, I mean, I won't even tell you the sex. He or she wanted to be a writer, and they were like, oh, you're a writer? Let's give you a chance, and let's do this. Why don't you write this feature spec script for this idea we want? You write it, we'll produce it, blah, blah, blah. It turns out it was going to be he or she writing this featured script and for free, and I just had a real big problem with that. So I went to my immediate boss, my first boss, and I was like, you know, I don't find what you're doing, or, you know, whatever deal they got set up, I don't find it fair. And it turned into a giant screaming match between me and my immediate boss. It basically was the argument that I felt that they were taking advantage of someone who really was hungry for an opportunity, and I just felt like it was wrong for them to just take advantage of people who are working for them for free. Who knows? Maybe I was overboard, but I just felt like they had crossed the line. I just end up being fired, and it just really was what I needed at the time, and I felt like a complete failure because I was at that job for about a year, and I was like, what did I do? And things always look glamorous on the outside, and then when you're on the inside, you're like, what the fuck kind of job operation is this? It's crazy. Those couple of jobs that I've had took a lot out of my day, took a lot out of my week, took a lot of my month, and I realized that it was like I was working a lot and then going home, sleeping, not really doing anything that I wanted to do on my own, in my own time, with people who I wanted to be around. And it was always work. Like when I was in that office job, I came home and I was answering emails still. I was answering, it was, by the time I got home, we were still answering emails from people over in LA. And I had my two bosses always, calling or contacting me after work. And by the way, New York I don't know where this is falling, but New York is going to try and pass this bill where you can't contact anyone you work with after hours. And I find this to be amazing. And I have to find out the update on this and share it, because I think that's amazing. It'll drastically change the world of film, because if it's illegal to contact your employees after hours, that'll be amazing. It really does regulate that whole life-work balance. After I get fired from this job, I really go into full swing back into freelance, and I found that having free time, having time for me, being able to control my schedule and not be under one employer was what made me happy. And even though I get anxiety if I don't have enough gigs, or if I think I'm not going to get enough work for the year, I still feel like there's a power in the fact that I can control my schedule and I could work where I want to work and have these different types of jobs. When I work on a film set, or if I'm a staff person for like a TV or whatever, it's like, 12, 15, 16, 18, 19 hours of a day is a lot, and you don't have time for anything else. You don't. Like the other 5-6 hours, maybe 8 hours if you're lucky, will be spent sleeping, and you don't have enough time for laundry. You don't have enough time for, do you think I'd be able to run 8 miles in a day if I was working in film nonstop? Day in, day out, every single day? No, I would not. And that would make me a very, very unhappy person, because I don't like feeling achy, I don't like feeling irritable, and I don't want to be stressed out. And I will tell you a little secret about myself, is that I have anger issues. So if I don't run, or if I don't get some type of aggression out in my workout, I'm going to have some terrible problem with my anger, and I don't want that. I don't want to blow up on people. So I know that running is healthy for me, because Lord knows I can't afford therapy. And I don't know if therapy is going to help. I just need some type of aggressive activity, and running is that activity for me. So I need to be able to run at least a couple times a week. I need to be able to just be able to do nothing. I need to be able to do work on my own projects, being able to post a video on my YouTube. That's a side project for me. This is not my main income. I do this for helping others. I do this to talk about what's on my mind, talk to you, my subscribers, and any new people who are coming to my channel, talk to you about film stuff if, maybe you can relate on some level. So I find, am I successful? Some people find me to be really, really successful, and I don't think I'm as successful as other people think I am, but people portray me to be, you know, this, I don't know. I've had so many different things said to me where it's like, oh my God, you're XYZ inspiration, something. I mean, if I inspire you, man, that's awesome. I'm very humble. I don't think that I inspire anybody, but I really do want to tell people that you can have a life in film, and this is why I do what I do. But am I successful? I don't know, because I think society is telling me that I'm not successful as I want, or as I should be, I guess I should say. Society is telling me that I'm not as successful as I should be. Why? Because I'm not making like a 6-figure income. But I have enough time to just chill at home. I have enough time to go be a tour director and go travel to DC every once in a while, or Boston or something, and I have enough time to run a half marathon, and I have enough time to, you know, do things with my husband and visit my family back in Buffalo. I think that success is defined by you and your happiness level, and I feel like a lot of people underestimate the value of happiness. So the job that I was offered, the PA driver job, it was from the first week of June till about January, and I just have like so many different things happening. On the AD front, obviously I have this feature in July. I have a couple of commercials, I have a couple of tours. Also in October I'm traveling, and in November I'm going to be traveling for, you know, just for a couple weeks. So I just don't have the time to commit to a whole staff job, and I just was like, being staff is like, I mean, I know that's a goal for a lot of people, to be like a staff PA, you know, a staff key PA, or, you know, just having that job for like 6, 7, 8 months. I mean, that to me is a nightmare. Just to be stuck in that one gig for that long, it's like, no way. I love having these, like, you know, 6-day jobs, or like, you know, even the feature, even that it's locking up a whole month of mine, but I know that it's only a month, and I like that. And, you know, I get, you know, chunk of change because I won't be doing anything for the whole month. I won't be spending money, I'll just be making money, and it'll be great. My success, what I define as success, is not going to be what you define, and I know that society is going to define success a completely different way than you define it. And if you think that making a ton of money is success, then that's fine. That's your definition of success. So more power to you. That's what you think it is, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, some people really do think success is like, you know, you get married, have 2 kids, have a nice career, you get paid, and then, you know, you retire and travel. And that's just, I would like to travel when I'm not old and rickety, but that's just me. I mean, I've just heard too many stories from my mom, and like, you know, I've just taken the wise advice to do as much as I can while I'm still young and able, I guess, because you never know. One day I might get hit by a bus and not be able to do shit, or I could die. Who knows? So I think that's it for the video on success. There's a lot of stuff in there. There is not one way to define success. That's what I'll say. And if someone tells you that your life, or the way you're choosing to live your life, is not, you know, successful, or you're not getting to a certain goal, or here's what I'll say. Fuck them, first of all. It's none of their damn business how you're living your life, first of all. Second of all, as long as you have ambition and you act on what you want to do, and what I mean by act on is like, if you're working toward what you want to do, then that's great. As long as you're trying, if you're trying to be a scriptwriter and you're writing every day, that's amazing. Even though maybe you don't have nothing made yet, maybe you're not done with your script yet, but if you are trying, that to me is everything. And I think I recently heard a quote, something about like, if you don't try something with the risk of failure, you're not really trying. You're just doing. And that's just like, who wants to just do something? And I think that if you don't have that risk of failure, you can't really succeed. And there's no success in that. Because with success comes failure. It's like the balance, right? Like, so if you're doing something without the risk of failure, how can you really succeed? That's what I'm gonna leave you with. So for the end of the video, I wanna pose a question to you guys. Tell me what, honestly, I have my measure of success. What is your measure of success? Like, what do you define as success? Do you find that societal terms of success are ridiculous, or they're just not relevant now in modern times, or what? Like, tell me what you think is successful. Tell me what you think is success. I don't know. I'm very curious to know what everyone thinks about this whole success thing, because I think it's bullshit, to be honest with you. I think success is really bullshit, because I've met so many people who make six figures and are just the most unhappy people ever. Although they say that, I think when you make $72,000 a year, that's like the peak of how much money you can make and how happy you're at. Your peak happiness at $72,000 a year. After that, you get more and more stress and all this crazy stuff. So tell me what you think. All my subscribers, if you're watching, you've made it this far, and I appreciate you for making it this far in the video, and tell me what you think of success in the comments below. Okay, so things about me, new things. Facebook page, amazing. People are following me, people are liking my Facebook page, and I just love the fact that people are joining my page. I have things happening. I'm posting more articles, I'm posting pictures, I'm posting updates, posting the videos. Everything that is going on, I'll be posting on my Facebook, so like my Facebook page. I also have launched my Beyond Film School website. So beyondfilmschool.com is up, all the info. I have lots of things for you. I have all the videos I make here. You can get there. There's a little tab. There's a whole page with all my videos on it. I have networking tips. I have upcoming networking events in New York City that you can go to. I have resume services. So if you want to hire me to fix your resume, finalize it, help you figure out the best resume for you, I will do that. I have resume tips for free. So there's a whole page on these things that you should change if they're on your resume, and if you got to change them. Resume tips will help you get a better resume. So that's like free. I give you all these tips to make the changes without even me looking at it. So that's like that's amazing. Also, I will have certain posts about like job websites, how to network, anything that comes to my mind about how to do things better in your career, or how to help anybody do something in this industry. It's there. I also have released the application and the information on the PA course and the mentorship program. So here's the deal. The PA course is like a separate, you can just do the PA course. If you just want to come to the course, have me explain and make you feel bad about joining the film industry and how tough it is, and give you a tough skin, give you that tough love training, you want to sign up for the 6-hour lecture / course workshop, I guess you would say, because you will be learning how to do walkies. You'll be looking at paperwork and all this stuff. So you can have the course. If you want the mentorship that comes with it, there's going to be like job shadowing, there's interning, there is you have me as like a guide through your film career. That is 2 separate costs. So like course is one price, and the mentorship, which includes the course, is a completely different price. The course is August 18th. Deadline to apply is July 30th. So you have a good month to apply. Well, actually 2 months. You have 2 months to apply, because it's going to be June 1st tomorrow, or today, or whenever this video decides to post. But I'm filming it on May 31st, 2018, and you have about 2 months to apply. Mentorship space is limited, okay? For the course, that's a bit different, because you're just taking the course, and that can just be, anybody, or how many people who want to apply to the course, so you can do that. So that is the whole PA course and mentorship explained, somewhat, kind of, Beyond Film School website released. I do have a newsletter, link below if you want to get a newsletter on everything Beyond Film School, to get updates on everything I post on the website, and all these networking things, resume things, video things, everything on the Beyond Film School, everything I do will be in this newsletter. So you'll get it maybe bi-weekly. I think weekly is a little overkill. I don't know, maybe weekly, maybe monthly. I don't know, it might be not, do you like weekly newsletters, or do you like monthly newsletters? And I have taken all your comments and all your opinions about unpaid work versus paid work. And the unpaid work actually wins. I'm really, really surprised in this. So I will admit that, Amber, who are you to steal an opportunity from someone if they want to do it? Okay, everyone's got me, because everyone was like, I'd rather have an unpaid opportunity, just be able to learn. And I thought this one comment, I forget her name, but she was like, I would actually be scared for like just a paid gig, just to be thrown into a paid gig. And I was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. It takes the pressure off if you're unpaid and they know that you're learning. So I get that. So you have spoken, I have heard. So that's why I decided to release the date for the 18th, because there are going to be opportunities in the fall. Fall is like prime time for film stuff, and you could be getting paid work from me, you could be getting unpaid work from me. Basically, what the whole Beyond Film School and the training program. I'll be making a separate video to explain the whole thing, but I want you to know that it basically brings you into a network, because I get job offers all the time and I don't want them. Like the one job I was just talking about, this PA talent driver thing, I just didn't want it. So I had to pass it on, like, oh, ask so-and-so. I'll get these things where it's like, hey, Amber, do you want to do XYZ? And I have to pass it on to someone I know. And I'd rather have a network of people who I could just go to and say, hey, ask, Stephanie, ask, Jeremy, whoever is on this list will be part of a network where I can just grab someone's info. Because obviously, if I'm all my go-tos, like I have a couple of top ones and one doesn't have a driver's license, so that kind of separates her a bit. And that's kind of, it sucks that, she can't get those jobs because she has my driver's license, which she has working on the driver's license, by the way. But then I have like 2 or 3 go-to people, and if they're booked up, who else do I go to? So I want to kind of expand the amount of people that I can throw jobs to if I know they're available. That kind of explains a little bit about that network. And I'm trying to build a network where actually you guys could give jobs to each other, and I'll explain this in the course too, because what happens is you get other people in the industry or other ADs or other PAs and other DPs, and they'll say, hey, if you can't do it, do you know another DP? Hey, Amber, you can't do this gig, do you know another AD that can do it, or do you recommend someone? That happens like all the time in the film industry, trying to create a network of people to work together to give each other jobs. That's how it works. Whew. Okay, so Instagram, Beyond Film School, I will be posting all kinds of stuff on Instagram, what I'm doing, what's happening on film sets, and all that jazz. I think that's it. So I think that's all the updates. This video has been very, very long. Thank you for subscribing. I am at 1,999 subscribers. I'm just at 2,000, so thank you for subscribing, and I will get at 2K. I'll be at 2K soon enough. So thank you, everybody, and that is the end of this video, I promise, and I will see you guys next time.